people are more than happy to pay for that. So whenever someone reaches out, you should make the rules, right? These leads, this is serious money. What is the part that is time consuming? Is the engagement with the customer or actually doing the work? So when they say done for you, as in they just tell you what they want and you do absolutely everything, basically. You should charge, like you should tell them up front and say, hey, I have a initial call consultation fee of this, and they have to pay you for the initial conversation. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're reaching out. So whenever someone reaches out, you should make the rules, right? If you'd go out there and ask people, hey, I can do this for you, let's jump on a call, well, then it doesn't make sense for you to charge them, because you need to prove yourself. But if they come to you, it's like, I don't necessarily need your business. If you want to, I can give you a bunch of golden nuggets even on this initial call, and advise you based on what you need, on what your next step should be. But my fee is a flat fee of a 1 hour call of this, and that's it. I've been seeing a lot of these advisors and, kind of like gurus and people that make a ton of money by advising people, and they're really good at one thing. And you know that if you pay that fee for them to do this one thing for you, that you're going to get a lot of value out of it, or you're going to get a result out of it. And people are more than happy to pay for that. Now, kind of like do it all for you or things like that, that seems like like someone. Yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna give you a project, I'll pay you a one-time fee, but it's a full-time job for you for the next week or two or something like that. And that seems, in those scenarios, I would say you placing yourself as the uh, advisor, the consultant, basically having people that can work for you, and charging the customer, say, oh yeah, oh, you want this thing, yeah, I'll charge you 30 grand for that thing. You're going to, I don't know, have a SEO person, have this, have that, like 2-3 people that you work with, that you'll pay them for that project. And you become the, hey, I need to make sure that this happens, and everything is synchronized and everything is working and delivering the work. Otherwise, it's very hard for you to be a one-man band and take these do-it-all projects, in general, not just when you also have a job. You'll see episode 28 of the podcast. I'm talking to Lucy, which has a design agency, and she's been doing things for quite a while on her own. And that has been one of the biggest topics of discussion, is how difficult has been for her to get out of that freelancer world where you just get an hourly rate, you feel like an employee. So, but I think you're in a, at the moment, in a really good position to call the shots, right? Because you have people reaching out to you to get help with this, so you can command and demand whatever you need, right? So if someone says, oh, well, I love what you do with this, and it seems like you have a way to get reach and exposure and so on. I don't have anyone in my team that can do that, so I need help, so I need you to be the do-it-all. It's like, okay, perfectly fine. I'll charge you agency fees, and I have a couple of people, good people that I know and that I've worked with, or that can help me with this, that I know are trusted and so on, that I'm going to pay them a portion of that fee that I'm charging you. And then I'm not going to be overwhelmed because I have them helping and I'm overseeing and driving the strategy and so on. And they don't even need to know that, right? And the other thing is maybe at one point getting a PA, which is like a cheap service to, if you're getting a lot of messages and a lot of communication, with just someone to filter and to talk to these people and get you only serious conversation that oh, if the PA, personal assistant, whatever digital assistant brought me these leads, this is serious money. Spend one weekend going through them, and even if you lost those people because they came and gone, but figure out what they kind of wanted and spend the weekend and put your kind of like thinking hat on and say, how would I do this if I would take on these requests, and I don't want to feel overwhelmed, and I don't want to feel like I'm a full-time employee doing this and I'm get burnt out. How would I structure it in such a way that it's a profitable business for me without giving up an arm and a leg? And you might come to a structure that next request that you get, you're right. Okay, I know that I can make money out of this. I can figure out because I think I paid, I don't know, like $200 or $300 for 30 minutes or an hour consultation. So I'll just dig that up and send it to you. Maybe that helps. Over the call, she explained a lot about the kind of like the launch and all of these things. And then she already had a template prepared with, here's good practices for you to do the launch. Send me back once you've done all of these things, like, oh, you created these thumbnails, you've done the description, you've done this, you've done everything. Send me the drafted listing, and I can just review and give you feedback. And I think she charged $300 for that altogether or something like that. I'll check the price, I might be wrong. That initial 30 minutes call plus her already existing template and her reviewing my basically my draft after going through her template. Like if they see someone that had success with something, they'll be like, I want to pay to talk to you, to understand how you do things and so on. And even that, just that consultation, charge for consultations, right? Like I charged, I haven't been really keeping up with that. I didn't really want it to keep up with that. But the Cam How thing, like I've charged a couple of people £600 for an hour. People value that. I was the same thing. I felt as an imposter. And even in the past, I was like, who on their sane mind would pay to have a conversation with someone? But there are people that value that. And yeah, then that's charge for your initial calls because people get value out of it. 2, figure out if you would do more work for them post the initial call. Figure out how you would structure that so that you don't burn yourself down and you're the only person that does stuff. Bring people in, find people that you worked with before. And 3, like this person that helped me with the product, just like templatizing and say, oh yeah, here you go, I've made this for you. They don't even need to know that it's a template. You can just send it, I've done the work for you, right?